What's up? Good morning, everybody. I hope you had an incredible weekend. It's Monday morning and it's almost October. I cannot believe September has absolutely flown by. We've been traveling all over the country, going to different conferences, different events, and I gotta say, some incredible networking opportunities. Last week we were down at the Vision 2020 Summit with Christine Beckwith and so many great people. And October is another busy month for us. We have AIM Fuse down in Las Vegas here in a couple of weeks. We have the NBA annual convention here in a couple of weeks. We're going to be all over the country again, bringing you the best content, some of the best interviews with some of the top professionals within our industry, which that's what I love to do. I love bringing you the best of the best and really getting in the trenches with those who are actually producing, those who are in the trenches with you and building a successful business. But today I want to talk about something, as everybody knows, I talk about social media a lot. We use social media a lot, and had a new LO that I talked to throughout the weekend that actually messaged me Saturday morning and said, "Hey Josh, I've been in this business for over 15 years. Do you really think it's relevant for me?" And again, this person is a pretty good producer. They typically are producing, 20 million a year, 20 million plus, which is a pretty good loan officer. And they said, "Is it really relevant for me to get on? Like, hey, is it really worth my time to get on social media?" So I want to actually spend the next week, the next few days, I want to go over the different social platforms, how they're relevant. Can you actually build a brand on social media? The answer is yes. Of course it's yes. I mean, you look at all the brands around you. Look at how many people are still advertising on Facebook, on Instagram, and I mean even LinkedIn now. LinkedIn ads, and we'll talk about LinkedIn later in the week, but LinkedIn ads are a little bit more expensive, but they're becoming a very big thing because LinkedIn, or like I said, we're going to talk about later in the week, LinkedIn's got a lot of momentum going towards it right now. But going back to the original question, can you build a brand through social media? 100%. Absolutely. My brand, not to brag, not to pat myself on the back, but I'm a perfect example of it, and that's why I love talking about it, is because it's almost a year ago, last August is when I started my journey. I started as the LO Life and really started building that. Then, of course, the Josh Pitts brand came out of that. I'm always Josh Pitts. I'm always my own brand. But in a year, I was able to build this brand, and now I'm traveling the country. I'm getting invited to these shows and getting invited to speak at these events, and you may not want that. As a matter of fact, as I talked to many people, and even this person that I was messaging, they said, "Well, I don't want to become you." Number one, you never want to become anybody else. You want to stay you. You want to be you. You are the brand. And when I tell people that, people are like, "Wait a minute." Right now, going into the holidays, believe it or not, we're going to the holidays, it's right around the corner, but most companies use September and October to start branding, start really ramping up their content, their campaigns for the holidays. Now, you have to look at yourself. Technically, you are a product. And I know that sounds a little bit weird. Let me expand on it a little bit. Your brand, whatever you're selling, most of us in mortgage, real estate, insurance, whatever it is, an entrepreneur, whatever you have, mortgage in particular, real estate, you're not selling yes, in real estate you're selling somebody's home, but you are the product. You have to sell yourself because ultimately you're trying to get that person to use you to sell their home or to help them buy a house. You're the product. You have to sell your house. So building that personal brand, you have to learn how to sell yourself. And usually, most of the time, it's through relationships. It's being able to build that trust, build that confidence, and that is through brand awareness. There's no other real way to do it other than brand awareness. So yes, using social media, you can build a brand, and if done correctly, you can actually build it in a very short amount of time. And you don't have to put a lot of effort into it. You can just keep doing the things you're doing, and you just document them. As a matter of fact, Jason and I are working on some stuff behind the scenes that we're going to be releasing very shortly because so many people have asked us, how do I build a brand? Can I actually build a brand? How hard is it to build a brand? Where should I build a brand? So we're going to teach you all those things. We want to show you exactly how we did it. So stay tuned for that. It's kind of a little snippet, a little sneak peek into what's to come with Shred Media. But for all those who are actually wondering, can I build a brand through social media? The short answer and the simplest answer is yes, of course you can. And like I said, you can do it with minimal effort. You just have to know what your audience is looking for, what content your audience is looking for, how you build that brand. And that's a lot of the questions that we're getting right now. So we're going to show you how to be doing that very, very quickly. So hopefully I answered, and this other person that I was talking to, we had a much longer discussion in it, but whether you're brand new in mortgage, real estate, insurance, entrepreneur, whatever it is, building a brand. I mean, you look at some of the biggest industries, biggest companies in the world who still have, I mean, you look at Nike, you look at Adidas, you look at Apple, Microsoft. I mean, these names are all recognized because of the brand. So you definitely want to have a brand. And another perfect example is if you drive up and down the freeway looking at people who are advertising themselves, that's a brand. They're branding themselves. I don't think billboards are the best way to do it anymore. I think social, you can get a much bigger reach for much, much cheaper. And again, we're going to talk about that later in the week. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, you can build a brand. Is it very difficult? Is it hard? No, it actually is not. Does it take a little bit of work? Yes, it does. And if you are one of those people like this gentleman I was talking to, like I said, he's been in the business a long time. He's a little bit of the older generation, but he at least asked the question. So I kudos to him for, I'm not going to call him out by name, but kudos for you for actually asking the question, being willing to reach out and ask. And I hope the conversation that we had with him and that I'm sharing with you, you actually take the initiative to go start building your brand. And like I said, if you have questions on how to do it, stay tuned because we're actually going to show you, we're going to teach you exactly what Jason and what I did to build my personal brand. So with that, absolutely can build your brand. And if you're joining us here live, always forget to comment. If you're joining us live, make sure you comment #shred because you're here shredding it with us this morning. If you're joining us on the replay, you're out there hustling, make sure you comment #hustle. And as always, guys, we appreciate you. And if you want to join the community, which is our private group by Shred Media, where we do a lot of collaboration, a lot of sharing ideas, I will put the link below so you can join the community. We'd love to have you there and share ideas and see some of the things that we're doing to help entrepreneurs, help mortgage, real estate, and insurance professionals grow. So, guys, as always, we appreciate you and we love you. Make sure you show up, you hustle, you repeat every day. See ya.